Hello, class. We are ready for chapter 6, which is on rhetorical analysis. This is actually one of my favorite chapters, and this kind of analysis is actually very specific, and I think it's difficult to do. So I think we need a lot of practice, and in this slideshow, I have numerous examples prepared for you. Now, there is a slideshow that you can access because I have so many links. I would like you to watch my video and have the slideshow open as well. When I ask you to press pause, I would like you to click on the links and watch some of the samples that I have included in this video. I think it'll help your understanding of the rhetorical analysis I'm talking about here. So let's get started. First of all, what is rhetorical analysis? I quoted it directly from our book. Rhetorical analysis is essentially how well the components of an argument work together to persuade or move an audience. So these components that the definition mentions, they're supposed to be very specific. It's kind of like looking at the parts and trying to figure out how they make the whole. And that's what makes it so difficult. You can find rhetorical analysis in so many different places. You can find them in advertisements. You can find them in editorials, which are basically essays, political cartoons, movies, photographs, the list goes on. But for this slideshow, I decided to use advertisements as my main example. I chose bits and pieces of advertisements. Some are print ads, some are commercial ads, all with the purpose of showing you guys how rhetorical analysis works. So let's get started with a commercial ad. This is an ad campaign that is called This Girl Can. And being a Missy Elliott fan myself, I decided to include the YouTube video of the advertisement. I would like you guys to click on the video. So first press pause on my video, open up the slideshow, click on the link, and please watch the video. Now, what you're trying to ask yourself is, what is the goal the advertisement is trying to accomplish? And how does the advertisement accomplish this goal? And that's essentially what a rhetorical analysis is. Whether or not it's successful is up to our interpretation. So I think that would be a very good attention grabber. Just a little way to, break the ice and get acquainted with the kind of rhetorical analysis I will be reviewing in this chapter. Now, what are the components of a strong rhetorical analysis? I think it's important to first know that every single rhetorical analysis that you read or watch is going to have a purpose. What does that mean? The purpose in an advertisement, for example, is to sell a product. Sometimes advertisements are trying to sell an idea instead of a product. So you want to ask yourself a few questions. What goal is the argument trying to achieve? What is it trying to persuade its audience? It could be, to just purchase something, or it could be to change their lifestyle. And how can we tell? What are the features in the ad that really are showing us what the purpose is behind it? Now, I would like you guys to take a look at this print advertisement. This is supposed to be an advertisement that has a clear purpose of selling a product. And how is this product being advertised to us? Well, first of all, there's the simplicity of the advertisement. There's the inviting nature of the product. Like, notice that one of the cigarettes is extended out, almost like an invitation for us to just go and take it. There are connotative words in the ad that are supposed to make us gravitate towards the advertisement. Enjoy, good taste. So notice how the warnings of cigarette smoking are minimalized. They're just, at the very bottom. And the big focus is supposed to be on the product itself. And anytime you're looking at a rhetorical analysis, I would like you guys to ask yourself, what's the purpose? And you should be able to figure it out if it is a strong rhetorical analysis. Number 2, a rhetorical analysis is going to have an author, and this is a given, right? It's obviously going to be created or written by somebody. So I think it's important to ask yourself, especially in an advertisement, who's the author? And let's say, this is my sample on the right. Again, the subject matter is cigarettes, but notice that the purpose in this ad is very different from the one before. The one before was selling a product. It was trying to tell us, hey, buy our cigarettes. And this one is actually trying to sell a certain lifestyle. Don't smoke. It's not good for your health. And notice that the author is NHS. We see it at the bottom. And when you do a little bit of research, you discover that NHS stands for National Health Service. They are a non-profit organization. And they're really, they're concerned about people's health and they want to advocate for a certain lifestyle. So knowing a little bit about the author is also going to teach us a little bit about what the author's goals are in a particular argument. Next, every single rhetorical analysis you read or you watch is going to have an intended audience. And I gotta tell you, the intended audience, it seems easy to spot, and sometimes it is, but sometimes it can be pretty challenging. So you want to ask yourself, what audience is the argument targeting? By the way, simply labeling the audience as everyone is not a very good approach. It's not going to be everyone. It's not going to be, infants. Infants are not old enough to be an intended audience. But of course, you want to ask yourself certain questions like, is there a certain age group? Is there a certain sex or gender that the advertisement or whatever the rhetorical analysis is targeting? Is there a certain ethnicity, a certain ethnic group that would be a little bit more interested in this particular argument? Is there a certain culture? So for example, if the argument is about, let's say, video games, well, that the intended audience is going to be very specific group. It's targeting the video game culture. So it's not really going to be, the age group that I fall into. It would be the younger people, obviously, also just statistically, there are more guys who play video games than girls. So a lot of the video games have very guy-centered values that they're trying to target. So here's what I did. I added a little video link. This is a campaign advertisement. I'm sorry. No, it's not. It's actually a beer advertisement. I forgot. And I want you guys to watch it. So this is an ad that runs in Australia. Please go ahead, click pause on me and watch the ad and try to see who the intended audience is. I would love to get some of your ideas. If you want to message me, you definitely can. I think the audience should be pretty obvious, but I'm going to give you guys a chance to figure it out yourself. Next, pathos. This is so important, you guys. Every single argument is going to have pathos, especially in advertising, which is my main focus in this slideshow because, I wanted to do ads since they are very visual and it's just easier to follow along. I wanted to just show you guys the fact that every single advertisement, every single one is going to have some sort of pathos. That is the emotion that the argument is trying to evoke in its audience. And this emotion might be a positive one or it might be a negative one, but I think it's really important to try to figure out what that emotion is. So With this slideshow, I have included a link for you guys, and you will be able to find this in our module for week 1. You'll be able to find the link to Jib Fowles's article titled Advertisements 15 Appeals. 15 Emotional Appeals. So what Fowles does is he lists 15 emotions, and these are like the key emotions that advertisers try to target in an audience. And I think, basically having a list to go to consult helps you figure out the pathos in a given argument. So I do want you to read that article, and then I do have some examples for you guys. So here are the 15 appeals. These are 15 prime emotions that basically the audience is supposed to feel in advertisements when they watch or they look at advertisements. And notice that number 1 is sex. And that's no surprise because the sex appeal has existed for so long, especially in the United States. And the sex appeal does not have to be graphic or explicit. It just has to allude to sex. And this is, believe it or not, a natural instinct. It's a natural desire, and the need for sex is an emotion that humans have. So I did include a link for you guys that, again, uses this emotional appeal just because maybe the print advertisement is not enough. You can also click on the link and watch the video advertisement as well. The second emotional appeal, the need for affiliation. So what does this mean? It means, we all want to belong to some kind of a social group. It could be a Facebook group. It could be anything at all, like a book club. It's our natural desire to belong, to adapt, to be part of a social circle, and the need for affiliation shows that, and that's a very, again, popular emotional appeal. So here's a print ad. This is actually a clip from a commercial ad, and then if you click below, you will see a commercial ad that also uses this appeal. Number 3 is the need to nurture. So I put a print advertisement of a baby's foot because obviously, what's one thing that you want to take care of? Something that is helpless, something that cannot take care of itself, like a pet, a dog, or an infant. And this brings out the natural instinct that we all are capable of possessing, which is the need to nurture something else, the need to take care of something else. And if you click on the link below, you will see a commercial advertisement that also uses the nurture appeal. This is another one, and I wanted to show you guys this because the nurture appeal can also be very important. In a campaign type of an ad, Don't Text and Drive that BMW released, one of the things that they wanted to show you is, you can seriously injure a child that's playing in the street just because of your decision to text. So a lot of advertisements use this appeal as well. Then we have the need for guidance. I put a little print ad of Dr. Phil, who knows everything, and of course he's telling us to drink milk, and we all want to be guided by some kind of authority figure, right? We look to the leaders who have some kind of expertise. Dr. Phil has, I think he's like a psychologist, if I'm not mistaken. I know he has a PhD in something, but I just don't know what. But basically, you're going to see authority figures in these kinds of advertisements or these kinds of arguments. Of course, in a rhetorical analysis, you always want to have some kind of authority figure, vouching on behalf of your argument, because that just makes you more credible. Next is the need to aggress, and I would like to talk a little bit more about this in the next video coming up.